And single shines the triple sun. What was sundered and undone shall be whole. The two make one. By Gelfling hand, or else by none. By Gelfling hand? Do you know what that means, Kira?
Wait. This is a piece of the dark crystal.
Then that's what my master meant.
Yes.
Peace. It's a late night check-in. I just did a post on Instagram not too long ago talking about, human coupons. In the sense of like using being human as an excuse, and the post was talking about like, you should never feel guilty for anything, knowing that, with any situation, once it happened, it didn't happen, and of course, a part of being human is like, going through guilt and shame, but that's like, you got to be careful with that, because in essence, you don't have to feel guilt or shame, but what you do want to do is just make sure that, whatever it is that possibly made you feel guilty or shame, do your best to not do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And again, like work on yourself subconsciously to know not to feel guilt or shame. But I just thought of like, again, like with using humanity as an excuse, aka again, using human coupons, like what I want to call them. There's a thin line between using, with everything is about percentage and balance, you know what I'm saying? And using the human coupon, I thought of like if I'd have used the human coupon for like, me being a borderline alcoholic back in the day, Like if I'd have kept saying like, oh, well, I'm just human. Oh, well, I'm just human. Oh, I'm just human. Then, at some point, I was just, or should I say I would possibly still be drinking, if I'd have kept using the human coupon, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, it was a part of being in this realm, it's like, having that awareness to, again, to balance things out, you know what I'm saying? Not get caught up in using too many human coupons, doing toxic shit, and using a human coupon as an excuse, like, oh, well, I'm just human. I could, mess up like that. I could fuck up like that because I'm on a human experience, And that's also like an energy of, this is like a classroom. Some of us done been in this realm, so many times, we tend not to want to spend a lot of human coupons. It's like, and plus it's in us. Like we kind of remember, like I done used a lot of human coupons already. It's time to kind of, shift my understanding, shift my perspective, shift my energy, you know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody who new to the realm, who, who ain't never really, even, they don't even know what a human coupon is yet, let alone, you know what I'm saying? Had a bunch of experiences in humanity. So, they ready to experience more so on a human level, That'll be the souls that just enjoy, and ain't nothing good or bad, right or wrong, with, our animalistic nature or the lower chakras. But, but it's just that those beings who are more so new to it, are just kind of just go all out in those chakras and not really, caring, not really balancing themselves out with it. Because they ain't never really had that experience before. They don't even know what reincarnation is. Don't even know what a higher chakra is yet. You know what I'm saying? So, and hence why we have to know who we are and where we at, and to not, to know ourselves so well and know what's going on so well. Because within this realm, one of the things that's taught a lot is to kind of do things like you see other people do. but other people may be doing things that ain't in alignment for your soul mission, for lack of a better word, or what you truly came to align with in this lifetime. So that being said, just bringing it back to that awareness. Just be aware of how many human coupons you're using, you know, because that could become an excuse, you know. Even with the balance of like doing, shadow work, or embracing, like embracing moments of going through depression, or embracing moments of going through anxiety. Like, you do want to accept those aspects of self when they come up. It is what it is. But again, it's like not using too many human coupons, in the sense of like staying stuck in that energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like a awareness. You don't want to use up all your human coupons. But now the vibrate, just want to share that. Felt like that was just a simple message to be aware. Because again, just staying on our toes. Some things sometimes we need to be reminded of, and again, knowing that everybody's sharing from their different perspectives, like divine feminines, they thing gonna be more geared towards, embracing emotions and things a little more than the masculine, so because I see on both ends, myself included. I done seen myself, especially coming from a Capricorn Aries energy, which Cap is, it's earth, so it's a little feminine there, but it's like not wanting to get too caught up in the emotional energy, but it's to be aware, like, you don't want to get caught up in it, but you still want to, embrace your emotions. It's energy and motion, you gotta let it flow. But what I see is, like it could almost become like, again, this energy of, again, people talking from their perspective, like, hey, you gotta embrace your emotions more. And then another side, like, oh, it's all mental, the mind. It's all about the mind. It's all about breath control or semen control. Like the masculine aspect more so about a control, and the feminine aspect more about, a certain level of flow, So again, that just comes with awareness of self and what you're tapping into and how you're tapping into it, and knowing that, again, sometimes as we share insight, especially in this age where we we get on camera, and this goes for everybody, which again, some of us, we are old souls, and, some of us can just, in essence, for lack of a better word, just hop into the driver's seat to some extent of like talking about certain subject matters. Cause it's like they say, boy, even when you was a child, you was like an old soul in essence, So you may be aware of these things, but even still, and kind of and connecting this with the human coupon thing, but yes, you have been in a human experience or dealing with ego, and sometimes, if not aware, or just in general, even if aware, sometimes you express things more so from your perspective, your experience with things, so you may have something against people who lack memory. So when you talk, you kind of throw subtle blows towards, you kind of semi talk down towards somebody are people who lack memory, because that's something you value on the slick, you know, where you telling the truth about a certain subject matter, but you kind of like, you know, throwing those little slights at the people who lack memory. Or, you know, you kind of value control of the mind, so you kind of throw slights at people who don't know how to control their mind. Are you a very disciplined person? So you kind of throw, you know, again, and all these different types of people telling the truth about whatever they be talking about, whether they, you know, specialists on relationships, you know, crystals, shadow work, inner child work, astrology, you know, they specialize and know what the fuck they're talking about in their particular quote unquote field, but they're still gonna have like their own little perceptions. And I say, you know, as I say, everybody, like me included, you know, had certain experiences in past lives or this lifetime where we still gonna kind of speak from our unique experience in certain little areas or in the way we deliver the information. You know, if you can't stand weakness, you know, even though you know not to get too in your ego about it, you're gonna still kind of throw them little slick little vibes on talking down on weak people, you know. So it's just always being aware of that when you sharing insight and when you know what I'm saying, taking in insight. The true insight or information is within, first and foremost, and then secondly is in your experience with others.